So I think guys, everyone can able to see the screen, right? Is the screen is visible? You can use the chats. Yes, super. Okay, good to go. And let's continue the session. So we are here in the free course of Ethical Hacking Foundation, and we'll be seeing several topics, several labs here. Okay, so feel free to ask any doubts or questions, guys. Okay, and don't be in the middle of the like in the course. So once we completed a session, yes, is the session is recording? Yes, it is, and it will be available for you guys as well. So don't need to worry about it. And about the doubts, if you're having any doubts, please put it in the end of the session. So I will be giving you some time to ask for the doubts, and we'll be clearing your doubts. Okay, so don't need to worry about the doubts as well. And don't be asking in the middle as well. Okay, so it will be distracting for me and as well as you guys as well. Okay, so let's continue the session here. Yeah, this is the first session, so don't need to worry. So here, the Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim, he is our CEO of CyberHeals, and his goal is to like educate millions of students, and that is why this free course is also hosted now, and it will inspire millions and millions of people so that we can able to like, create a community over here as a cybersecurity professionals. Okay, right? And everybody here will be interested for this as well, right? And these are all the certification which our CEO has processed now. And it is also we have or he has the experience on these many companies here. And we are also like giving cybersecurity consultancies and services for these companies also. And he also most of the countries, and also we have like having some companies in Malaysia, Singapore, and also in the Gulf countries. So we're also discussing about like hosting it in America as well. So like in the Gulf states, we'll be having it open as soon as possible. And yeah, as I already said, our mission is to create a million cybersecurity professionals around the world. So this is a step to do so. So let's go with the modules now. So this is the first module, the information security fundamentals. And this actually like this module won't be having any, the voice is quite low. I'm so sorry. This is the best I can do. I can't able to like throw my voice further, and I'm so sorry from the next session. Actually, no need to worry. It won't be like in each and every slides. Okay. And yeah, so these are all going to be our objectives here for this module. And for this module, we won't be going to see the labs because it is fully going to be theory. And upcoming like modules will be having some labs, right? And yeah, so we're going with the need for security. Why we need the security? So those understanding will be seen over there, and the element of information security and security and like functionality and the usability triangle. We will be saying those things as well, and why the hackers are hacking in the first place. So we'll be seeing the perspective of the hacker event, and also we're going to see some laws like what are the laws are implemented currently and also working, and also in the different countries what are the laws are having currently and implemented, and why we are also like need to like apply those laws in our companies or in our products and etc. We will be seeing those things as well. And so will we get the recordings right after the session? I'm not sure right after the session, but you will be getting as soon as possible. Uh, those are like handled by the backend team, so no need to worry of it. Okay, so you guys will be having your recordings. Don't need to worry about it. Okay, and let's go further. So yeah, the modules for is going to be divided into two parts. Like here, the discussion of the information security fundamentals, and discuss like various information security and laws and regulations. Okay. So yeah, what is information security, or why is information security? Information security is a state of well-being of information and infrastructure in which the possibility of theft, tampering, and distribution of or disruption of information services is low or tolerable. The thing is, we are not like we doesn't want any information to be leaked. Anyone, even our personal information, we are like keen about our informations, right? So it doesn't need to be leaked in the public world. So same things those are applied to each and every organization's company, even if it is a small company or even a startup, or the information security is must. So we are in a like digital form of world currently. So we are like putting our locks in our homes, right? So the same thing is applied in the digital world as well. So that is why we are putting our like PIN for our phones, and we are using like passwords for each and every domains, like the username and passwords, right? So same applied in every form of digital domains. And need for security. It is like the evolution of technology focused on ease of use. So that is why it is mostly like the security is very vulnerable here. So we need everything as easy as possible, and that we can also deliver the product to the like a layman also. And need for security, and why we need for security. So as we already see, the evolution of technology focus on ease of use, rely on the use of computers for accessing or providing or just storing information. So like in the first or in the starting ages, we use some scriptures or like notebooks or papers. Nowadays, everything is transferred into the digital world. Actually, it was like previously it is in like a CD forms, like pen drives or hard disks. Now it is totally in the cloud itself. So each and every information everybody is using now is like hosted in the cloud itself. And the increased in network environment and network based applications. Yeah, most of the things or most of the application which we are like daily basis we are using, everything is hosted in the internet itself. Like your Gmail account, your mail servers, everything, each and everything is now hosted in the internet or the cloud. And direct impact of security breach on the corporate assets base and also the goodwill, and increasing complexity of the computer infrastructure administrator and the management. So these are all the like the frames or frameworks and the organizations which need those security mainly. So element of information security. And so these we have like five key points here: confidentiality, integrity, availability, authenticity, and non-reputation. So these are all the five key elements of us like information which should be secured well enough. So confidentiality. So if your information is confidence, so confidentiality is being like appeared or like what do we say like it has been appeared to be in confidentiality. That information. Okay, so the assurance that the information is accessible only to those authorized to have the access. So let's take an example as like an exam itself, like a college exam. So the exam question paper should be confidentiality, right? So the question paper should not be leaked to the students. It should be only handled by the staffs of the college people and even the higher officials like the deans or the HODs. So those people should have the authorized to view those information, right? So we will get the certification of completion of this course. Yes, we guys will like have the certification once the course is completed, and whomever has completed or like 80% of the attendance will be giving those certificate to those guys. And integrity, the trustworthiness of the data and resources. So the data should not be like tampered by any of the peoples. Like whomever has the access or authorized to view the file, they are not supposed to change it so that the other peoples can also view the worthiness or the trust of the file. So it like let's take an election. So in election we'll be having some votes, right? That votes should not be tampered. So if the votes is tampered, the final result would be different. So the voting, the storage of the vote should be kept integrity as well. Okay, so the data should be confidentiality. Availability is also should be met, and authenticity. So they refer to a characteristics of communication document or any data to be ensure the quality of being genuine. So it should be like qualified to like a certain level. So this data is like published by this person and it is not tampered or something. It is just like a currency. The currency has a value and it's just a paper, but it has the value because who is provided or who has created it. and the government is owning the paper, so that is why we are using it. So the document or this like the currency has a value. So the currency is an authenticity one, and non repudiation, a guarantee that the sender of a message cannot be later deny having sent the message, and that the recipient cannot deny having a received message. So whomever is creating the data, they can't able to, or they should not able to saying that it is not sent by me or that also be met. So these five key points should be met if a particular data has to be secured well enough. So the information security has this five key points. So if you are also coming into this field, so if you want to secure the data, so this five key points has to be met. Okay, so moving forward, we are having this triangle here, the usability triangle. So the level of security in any system can be defined by the strength of these three components. One is functionality and usability and security. So this is the very big simple enough. Like it is a bit simple also. The functionality. So if a application or if a web application is there and it has a purpose, means that purpose has to be met without any compromise. And the usability or the GUI, like the graphical user interface of that particular application, should be also met. And the security is also be there. So these three features should be met here. So without the security, even though if we have a good usability or functionality, it doesn't matter. So it is going to be get hacked. And even though if it is secure and if it is well usable, but there is no features to use, there is no functionality for that particular application. Even though if there is a security and also the functionality is there, if we can't able to use it, if we can't know that how the application is working, means it doesn't matter whether if it is secured well enough or if it is a functionable also. Okay, so this three the functionality should be met in these triangles. Okay. So what are the security challenges currently we are facing? So it is not the security challenge. We are talking about what are the things we have to do in order to be secured ourselves or our organization itself. The first foremost thing is compliance. So does anyone have any idea about, anyone knows about what is compliance? Anyone? Not only cyber laws, actually, these are all the rules which is given by the government itself, to the government and laws of regulations. To give an example, do you guys know about SAR value, SAR value? Like an RBI for governments, or sorry, for government, sorry, banks, they have RBI, and not exactly like that, but we have some certain rules or certain regulations to be met. Mobile radiation, exactly. The SAR value is for the mobile radiation, and the SAR value for our India, or like for India, the value is like around 1.6. So if it is more than that, the no like manufacturer can able to sell their devices in India. So that is an regulation applied or like governed or applied by the government itself. So every company, whomever wants to set the value for value, the amount of radiation to be allowed. Yes, exactly. So yeah, the government will be giving some laws kind of this for each and every like products or services, can be anything, but the loss is there. So we have to be applied. So everybody doesn't know the exact compliance to be met. So that is why the organization would come to a security professional to audit their organization for compliance. So they might be producing a new product. So that should be compliant to the government. If it is not, means the product can be banned. Like it is not an exact example, but recently the Paytm payments banks got banned. Like their license has been revoked. Why? Because they are not compliant by the government rules or the RBI's rules exactly. So that is why the license has been broke. So same exact can happen in any other form of products or services. Okay. And gaming phones have always more than 1.6. I'm not sure, but it should be in the middle. So you guys can also Google it. These are value for India. It can be changed each and every like audit sessions. And lack of qualified and skilled cybersecurity professionals, and that is also a challenge. If the target organization doesn't have a qualified professionals, it is also going to be a headache for the security professionals to implement the security in that organization. And difficulty in centralizing security in distributed computing environment. Devices like individually, so it is very hard. So and also we can't able to centralize those security needs. So every like those security challenges has to be come to a centralized form. So that is a challenge. So but it can also be managed. So we can able to do. We have some softwares. We have like some frameworks to do the same. We can able to centralize the security auditings and things. We can able to monitor the traffics which is coming from or within the which is like created within the network, or it is whether it is created by the outer or outside of the network or within like intermediate also. We can able to monitor those traffics. We have some softwares, but it is also a challenge. And fragmented and complex of privacy and data protection regulations. Actually, it is also coming under the compliance, but it is the fragmented and complex. And compliance issue due to the implementing of bring your own devices. As you guys already know, so more after the corona period, so most of the companies is like switched to the work from home environment. And recently in Bangalore, also they are facing the water issue. So most of the companies given the work from home thing. And the thing is like everybody has to like use their own devices or like their own laptops, their personal desktop. They have to use their own things. And the thing is, the security challenges is now much more higher. So, like in the starting, it is in like a constrained environment or in a constrained area. But now it is world wars. So most of the people will be in a different location, and their devices also different. Be a single model of device, it can be multiple of device. Their softwares might not be up to date, so it is a bit harder to over there as well to monitor or to gate them. And the relocation of sensitive data from a legacy data center to a cloud without proper configuration, and this is a very great risk. So some organization, some because of something, some issues, they have to switch their data to a different cloud. So in those cases, so where, like while they are transferring the data, it will be very vulnerable. So any attack, any simple attack can able to happen. So on that time, it is very difficult to or like implement a security challenge or security like framework. So but it is also manageable. But these are all the security challenges which we are facing currently. And we can also have some techniques to in order to like evade those things. So now we are seeing why the attacks happens or the motive or like the motives, goals, and the objectives of an information cyber security attacks. So why or what is attacks? Attacks is a goal plus method plus vulnerability. So these three combined is an attack. So an attacker, like we call it as bad actors or like hackers. So we are not hackers here. We are ethical hackers, and hackers is the bad persons here, and the ethical hacker is the security professionals, like the like simply like police kind of things. Uh, yeah, so the bad actors would be having a goal and the method of attack they are using and the vulnerability which that target has or target possesses. Okay, so motivation originates out of a notion that the target system stores a process, something valuable that and this leads to a threat of attack on the system. And the attackers tries various tools and attack techniques to exploit vulnerabilities in a computer system or its security policies and controls in order to fulfill their motives. Here, to be sure, like actually, they are mentioning that in a computer system or its security policies, even though if our computer systems are well up to date, well secured, even though if the security policies are not secured well enough, it can the attack can possible actually and control in order to fulfill their motives. Okay, so actually, the motive to be like if we have and I'm having something in my mind actually. So like it is not recent one, it is like the big one actually. In India, like the Aadhaar card data has been leaked, right? So most of you people might know this. So actually, our own personal data has been leaked in the dark web, and one of the guy has been sold selling it for like some of the dollars. So yeah, though the data is very like sensitive. So each and every personal details like our fingerprints, our biometrics, our personal data has been leaked now. So this is a big motive for them. So the hacker can able to sell their or sell our data to the outsiders, like any third party. So he can able to get the money. So the money is the goal for that hacker or for that particular attack. And let's move on. Let's continue here. And in classification of attacks, we have these three classifications. The things are passive attack, active attack, and close-in attack. So passive attack is nothing but just by looking like what are the publicly accessible information that a hacker can able to collect. Those are all comes under passive attack, like going through the like web page, going through some news about the particular target, and looking through their they are social engineering platforms the social medias like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, especially. So they might be leaked some information or they might be posted some photos over there, right? So from there they can able to collect much more information. So to be exactly, I have something here. Like I faced this like in my experience, I've seen this. So one of a new employee in my target organization or my client organization has posted a photo that he or she is joined this company with their ID card in their hand. So by it is actually a problem. Can anyone recognize what is the problem here by that image, by they have posted the image? Does anyone has any idea on it? Oh, yeah, we can able to duplicate the card. Yes. Any other? We can able to like create a fake ID card and we can easily penetrate into the target organization. So there won't be any suspicious things because we have the ID card. So we can easily, yeah, impersonate them. We can able to impersonate them and we can easily get into the organization. You guys might be know the rubber duckies. So like that kind of, we can able to like device like an access point. We call it as we call it as a rubber ducky or something. So that kind of product, we call it as access point. So we can easily plug it into the network. So where we can able to connect with remotely also. So the attack can easily happen by just the photo. They posted the photo and we got like easily get into the organization. Like this is a security flaw. So this is not supposed to happen. So by this is like just happened by the passive attack. So passively, they doesn't know they been like in the attack even. The target doesn't know they have been touched down. And in active attack, so this type of attack will be handled like that will be connection by the target and the attacker. So like going into the organization itself, like talking to their employers or going as an interviewer, like a new fresher job, applying for a job, and then getting some information from there, and use even a single ping. You guys might be know the ping command. So the network security professionals use the ping to like check whether these two computers are being connected or not. So even that is also comes under an active attack because the target sorry, the attacker's mission is sending an hi to the target computer, and the target computer is like getting or giving a reply to it. So it is a connection between those two computers, right? So that is an active attack. So this attack includes DOS, man-in-the-middle attack, session hijacking, and an SQL injection, and much more than that. Okay, so if there is any connection between the target and the attacker, that is an active attack. If there is no connection, by they are using a publicly available information means that is passive attack. And what is close-in attacks? So these are performed when an attacker is in close physical proximity with the target system. Actually, for example, it will be coming under eavesdropping, solo surfing, dumpster diving, etc., etc. So social engineering is a very like big factor here. So most of the people doesn't know they are been in an attack itself. So easily we can able to manipulate the minds of a human being where we can able to retrieve the information. Actually, I'm damn sure most of you people guys here would be using your name and your date of birth as your passwords. Is that right? Yeah. Actually, we have a question also here. What if a hacker attack damages a network security system in a company and access is leaked? And what I want to ask are what are the steps to handle it? Actually, we call it as like incident response. So the thing is like we have some frameworks, or we have like pre-planned plans that we have to like follow it through. So yeah, we'll be having those topics in the further classes. So stay tuned, and we'll be like seeing those topics and following the same question as I asked before. Is anyone like using the password like the old password or easy guessable passwords? Am I right? No. You guys might be saying no, but most of the people, actually, we have Rocky.txt. You guys can Google it. Rocky.txt is nothing but it is a collection of data which will like to be to be short. So whomever is using a password in the internet, whomever is hacked or whomever's data is leaked means, so each and every person's password will be collected and we would be shortlisting, not me as it is, like some group of people would be shortlisting it. Yeah, 14 crores of passwords, it is there in the Rocky.txt. So we use the Rocky.txt for the brute forcing purpose. So the Rocket.txt is has or like by this I can able to confirmly show like say you that you are using your name as the password, or even like a funny names kind of things. Actually, most of the human minds is repetitive. So the passwords is also repetitive. Most of the people won't be changing your passwords once a month, right? So that is also a wrong thing or like a wrong behavior to do it. So please change your passwords once a time or once a month every time. Okay. And it is not only available in Excel format, it is as in like even a text TXT format is also available on docu.txt. Okay. And we'll be moving into the next slide. Insider attack and distribution attack. Insider attack is nothing but when an employee is turned into an evil person. Like he might be given a good salary, so he might be changed, or else the employee might doesn't even know that he is an insider attack. So you guys might be working in a corporate field or it can be in any field. So in your desk, you are seeing an envelope with written in your name, and if you open it, there is a pen drive in there. So what you guys would do with that pen drive? Okay, so you found a pen drive in an envelope which is written in your name. So what you guys would pen drive? Okay, so let's move further. Distribution attack occurs when an attackers tampers with hardware or software prior to installation, and attackers tamper with the hardware or software at the source or the transit. So here, what they are saying is it can be the tamper might be happen before the installation or before the creation of a system or after or in the transist of an attack. It can be any time, but that is like a hardware or a software might be implemented to those network or to the target network. That is called distribution of attack, and we can also call it as bots. So the software, so even if it is a your mobile phone might be a bot, so a hacker might be using it. Okay, so we'll be discussing what botnets and etc. Okay, yeah, botnets exactly. So we'll be seeing we can continue with this course now, and then we'll see the botnets and etc. in upcoming sessions, right? And now we are in information security attack vectors. So cloud computing threats, advanced persistent threat, or we call it as APT, and virus and worms. So and ransomware, actually these are also coming under the same virus and mobile threats. Okay, so what is cloud computing threats? Cloud computing threats are in on-demand delivery of IT capabilities where sensitive data of organization and their client is stored. So flaw in one client's application could allow attacker to access the other client's data. Actually, what they are saying is, so now we might be using most of the softwares, let's take an example of WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is like used by everyone now, and each and every data is like uniquely created. And the thing is, every data has been stored in a particular place or particular cloud, right? So if one of your like WhatsApp application is being compromised, or your device might be compromised, it can lead to like everybody's personal data might be leaked, like which has happened in the other hacking. So actually, that has happened in the cloud environment itself. But the thing is, it may happen in the client's application also. That is what they're asking about. But mostly, these like the big domains, like the WhatsApp, Google, Facebook, everything. These are all big domains. It can be easily hackable. But consider like a new product they are launching, so they don't have any time to like do a security audit, but they deployed the product. So on the time, this vulnerability can be leaked out. So it can happen even in big domains as well, or even a so, and the APTs, an attack that is focused on stealing information from a victim machine without the user being aware of it. And that is also can done. So most of you people can thinking that without clicking a link, without viewing a like image or like without opening anything, we can't able to hack. But the thing is, if you are connected into the internet, if you are connected into a network, not even an internet, if you are connected into a like a private network also, if that network is compromised, you are also compromised, your data is also compromised. Okay, that is what advanced persistent threats. But these threats are advanced, like using like AIs also, we can able to create much more like sophisticated threats. So which actually we also have some precautions materials as well. We have technique to find these APTs as well. And we have virus and worms, which is like dates back from whenever the computer created, the virus is also being created and worms is also created. Actually, virus is the topic or like the big topic, which the worms and ransomwares are coming under. Okay, the most prevalent networking threat that are capable of infecting a network within seconds. Actually, it can be multiple in within seconds. It can affect the whole network within an hour. If it is like the virus is being included, like even if you are having a receiving a mail without like precautions, like without any information, if you haven't found any like resume or like PDF or even a text document, whatever it is, you're not supposed to open it. You have to like forward it to the IT admin or like security persons in order to audit it. Okay, so you're not supposed to open it because that might be affected by a virus or etc. And ransom, as you guys might be know, ransom is the sum. Sum is the money here. So they're talking about the money. So the virus, the ransomware virus, if it is affected, means every data would be encrypted, and the encryption key would be in the missed with the first 15 minutes. You don't need to worry, the recordings will be available. Don't need to worry, guys. And the ransomware would be like affected means the data would be encrypted and the key would be in the hacker's hand. If you want to buy the key, you have to pay some ransom amount. Actually, the attack has been happened in a hospital. So the hospital has been compromised by a ransomware attack. So actually, in America, every day, every like patient's data is being uploaded online or the uploaded in the systems. We like the professions, so the doctors might call it as the patient's history. So without the patient's history, they cannot operate in a body or cannot able to prescribe some medicines. So it might be lead to a death also. It might be like it is very sensitive. So without the information, they cannot like go with the medicines. So they have to pay. So they paid 60,000 bitcoins on the time. It was like 10 years ago, 10 years back. It was happened in America. Actually, it was happened in Windows 7. So actually Windows, they like switched to Windows 7 to Windows 8. Like the Microsoft is updated there always, but like the hospitals cannot afford to upgrade their system. So in order to upgrade a system, they have to hire persons, then they have to give like money and also the time. So they can't able to afford it, so they let it up. But the thing is, the hackers got into it, they hacked it, they uh, infected with the ransomware. So the game over. So it can be affected in these many of variables. Okay, and mobile threats. Focuses of attackers has been shifted to mobile devices due to increased adoption of mobile devices. So each and every person is now having or owning the phone for business or personal purposes also, and comparatively less security controls. And actually, it is true. It is less secure comparing to a system or computer. Even if you are using an iPhone, also it is not secured well enough as a computer. Okay, even though if it is an iPhone or if it is an Android device, it is not well secure. Okay, so let's moving into the next uh, slide here. Information security attack vectors continued. So we have botnets. So we talked about botnets, a huge network of compromised systems used by an intruder to perform various network attacks. So if we have like time, I can able to show you the botnets, but it will take some time. The thing is, we have a framework here that is called BOY. And using that, I can able to send you a file. If you installed it in your phone or your system, your device will becomes a botnet. So if it is a multiples of devices, means that we call it as bot network, or that is why it's called botnet in the short. So by this, I can able to mine bitcoins. I can able to like execute a DDoS attack, distributed of denial of access servers, and each anything I can able to possibly do it. It cannot be traceable. So it might be your grandma's phone, even it might be your like your phone also. It can be anybody's phone, anybody's personal devices, anything. So it can become a botnet. So you have to be very cautious on the internet. An insider attack, which we already discussed, employee turned into an attacker by knowingly or without knowingly. And phishing is also the same. Most of the people might be seeing this. Can you ask again about botnet? Ask again. I'm so sorry, I didn't get it over there. Ask again. Sorry. Okay, let's go with phishing. The practice of sending an illegitimate email, falsely claiming to be from a legitimate site in an attempt to acquire users' personal or account information, like credentials. Exactly. So phishing is like sending a legitimate looking mails, or not only mails. It can be a link. It can be an SMS. It can be a phone call even. So whichever the things, if it is asking a personal information or a credentials or OTPs, it will consider as a phishing. Okay, if it is a voice, if it is like a phone call means we call it as voice over phishing. We call that means like phishing. If it is SMS means that is smishing. So, but these are all coming under phishing itself. And web application threats. So web application, can you guys give me say me what is a web application? Do you guys having any idea what a web application is? IoT devices include many software applications that are used to access the device remotely, and falls in that IoT device allows attackers access into the device remotely and perform various attacks. So, and what IoT threats? Actually, to be short here, the IoT is nothing but whichever the device is connected to the internet or a network, like IP cameras, security cameras, or like biometric devices, and POS machines, and etc. So whichever the device is connected by any manners, it might be wired, it might be Bluetooth, it might be Wi-Fi, it might be like gigahertz connection, can be anything. So yeah, cameras in the cars also, dashboard cameras, etc. So those are all IoT devices. Even your smartwatches is also an IoT things. If it is connected to an internet. Yeah, Internet of Things is the IoTs. And the thing is, the firmware of the particular IoT device is not up to date, or if it has any vulnerability means, we can easily penetrate into the network. So if it is connected into like let's say a Cyber Hills has a security camera and which is not up to date means, if it is a Wi-Fi camera, I can easily implement a Wi-Fi attack and it can take over the camera. So from there, I can able to penetrate into the network itself. So the network might be connected with each and every employee's devices, like laptops, their phones, etc. So I can easily steal each and everybody's data by this. So that is an IoT threat. Can lead to anything. So even if it is a small thing, like to be update a firmware, it can lead to a big attack. And let's go further. Now we are into the second part. Actually, this is going to be very short because we're going to be discussing about the laws and regulations. And like here, we have the payment card industry and data security standards. So this standard is main like implemented for cards, like the credit card, debit cards, like the RuPay, Visa, etc. So whomever is like implementing or like giving the cards to the customers, this standards has to be maintained. Or like whomever is you like the if it, like mostly it is going to be bank or insurance companies, but though those companies has to be implement these standards. A priority information security standards of organization that handles card holders information for major debit card, credit card, prepaids, e-pos, ATMs, and POS cards. And PCI DSS, this is the short form of the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards, applies to all entities involved in payment card processing. Actually, they are not only talking about the card information, we're also talking about the gateway that particular card is using, including the merchants, processor, acquirers, insurers or issuers, and the service providers, as well as all other entities that stores or process or transmit cardholder data. It can be anybody, even if it can be Amazon. So if the Amazon can able to save your card information, if they are saving your information, means they have to go through the they have to check whether this standard is being implemented or not. So if it is not, they can be able to sue. The company can be issued a warrant also. And yeah, PCI data security standards or high-level overviews are build and maintain a secure network, protect cardholders' data, maintain a vulnerability management program, implement store access control measures, regularly monitoring and test networks. This is like we call it as audit. So each and every financial year is completed, it has to be audited. Even though if they're having their own security personnel or like a team, they have to go for a third-party audit. It has been implemented in like all over the world. Even if you are a cybersecurity company, even you have to go for an audit with a third party. And it is mandatory. Okay. And yeah, so if you are like handling the card informations, you have to implement the standards, the PCI DSS. Okay. And moving forward, we have ISO. You guys might be familiar with it. Specify the requirement of establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continuously improving an information security management system within the context of organizations. And it is intended to build suitable for several different type of use, including the following: use of within the organization to formulate security requirements and objectives. And the last is used by organizations to provide relevant information about the security information to the customers. So it is the each and every the data is being like we call it as information data. So the information has to be compiled to this ISO standards. Okay. So yeah, we have health insurance, Personality and Accountability Act. We call it as HIPAA. HIPAA's administrator simplification states and rules. So we are seeing now in HIPAA. Sorry, this slide has been switched. Oh, I can go back. Yeah. So now we are in HIPAA. Yeah. So HIPAA is consist of like electronic transactions and code set standards, privacy rules, security rules, national identifier requirements, and enforcement rules. National identifier requirements. This is like the here it is the Aadhaar card. In America, it is the social security number. And privacy rules, you guys obviously know, each and every domain has their own security rules and like terms and conditions. It might be comes under and electronic transaction like banking transaction and everything, each and everything they are talking about. So these also like will be considered in like coming under the HIPAA and requires every provider who does business electronically to use the same health care transaction code sets and identifiers. So the terms or the rules they have been implemented, it has to be followed by each and every person who are doing business using this electronically transferring the monies or anything. And Let's take the national identifier requirements. Requires the healthcare provides health plans and employees have standard national numbers that identify them to attach standard transaction. Actually, recently India has like transformed into fully digital, like even like vendors, like small vendors, like street vendors is also using QR codes now to have the payments settled down, and which is coming comes under the SEPA also. And even wherever we go, each and everybody is asking for the Aadhaar card, e-signs. So nowadays we can able to easily sign any documents using the e-signs, using our Aadhaar OTPs and etc. Okay, let's move further. The next slide, give me a second. Yeah. So now we are in SOX, or Suburban Oxley Act. And enacted in 2002, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act is designed to protect investors and the public by increasing the accuracy and reliability of corporate disclosures. So the key requirement and provisions of SOX are organized into 11 titles, the title 1 to title 11. So it will come as follows. So the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, or PCAOB, and auditor in independence, or whom the auditor has to be publicly disclose the audit things. And corporate responsibility is coming under this title. And we have enhanced financial disclosures, analyst conflicts of interest, commission resources and authority, and studies and reports. And we have the corporate and criminal fraud accountability, white collar crimes penalty enhancement. White collar crimes is nothing but they might be in a like a big place. Okay, actually, in India, there is a share market scam was gone. Like it is not a scam actually. It is a fraud which been handled by a lady. I don't know her name. I can't remember her name, but it like I think it is like more than 300 crores has been fraudly taken by the team of movers, which is like by the group. Like they know the share markets is going to change in before a second, by the instead of the public, so they can easily like manipulate the system and they got out the money, but it has been compromised like that. These are called as a white collar crimes. Like whomever is getting a loan from a bank and they can't able to like pay in the, if it is a big organization, they can easily resolve it, right? So that is what we call our crimes. And corporate tax returns and corporate fraud accountability. And yeah, so the Digital Millennium Copyrights Act, or DMCA. So these are all comes under copyrights. You might be seen in the like in the every, like you can see it in the sorry, the PPT itself, the copyrights by the EC Council, and copyrighted by Cyber Hills or this company or that company. So everyone has a like their information which will be recorded in the organizations. So if they like the other cannot be able to like manipulate or like fakely create their own or their they can't able to use their logos or their titles. We'll be like going to close as soon as possible because we don't have much time, so we have to go over the Q&A as well. So I'm going to pass it here, the Federal Information, or FISMA. This is coming under the Information Act, and we have the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, to handle the information of a public or like customers' information. Okay, and we have the Data Protection Act of 2018. We call it as DPA, and here is the table. Actually, this is like very interesting. So these are all the law which is like just implemented in the whole world. So for each and every country, we have like listed out here. So US has these many laws acted upon, and you can go and visit the site. Actually, it will be in the recordings also, and we can able to produce this PPT if it is possible. Like I have to talk to the management. Actually, this is not for India. Actually, India has like the IT Act. Basically, actually, let me show you here in the next slide. Here it is. India has the Patent Amendment Act and Information Technology Act. Actually, Information Technology Act is like upon like hosted in 2000. Actually, IT Act 2004 has been refurbished kind of thing. They added extra things from 2004, but it is like the implemented or like created day or sorry created year is Information IT Act is 2000. We got this IT Act 2000. Yeah, IT Act 2004, etc., etc. Okay, and these two act or these two is for the India, which is implemented, and we have Australia, United Kingdom, Germany, etc. And we have like yeah here Italy, Japan, Canada, to Hong Kong. Actually, it is not Hong Kong. It should be mentioned as China, but it is wrongly mentioned here. And that's it, guys. Yeah, we'll move on to Q&A, and yeah, we'll see. Actually, I think we are already having some questions here. And yeah, at the end of the question and answer session and Learn Ethical Hacking webinar, all participants in this webinar will receive a free certificate. I think actually, I'm not sure. I have to like confirm with the management. Maybe like everyone might be having the certification, but we have to check whether you guys were like participated, right? So the thing is, we'll be having some assignments. I'm not sure, like I have to confirm it. And once the assignment is completed for each sessions, like yeah, after that we'll be receiving the certifications. And I'm also like doesn't know whether it is the free certification or whether we have to pay. And I'll just give me some minutes and like not now, like after like 1 or 2 hours, I'll talk to the management and confirm everything. And then I'll be like putting it in the WhatsApp group, or my management will notify you on this. And other question is, hi sir, later how to view the recording? Thank you. Yeah, the recordings will be like uploaded and it will be posted as a link in the WhatsApp, or else you might have to what do we say, like register for our course in our website. And once you like logged in using your username, password, and all, and once you like register for the course, you can easily see the recordings over there as well. Okay, yeah, that will be the thing. So only two things. One is like you will be receiving in the WhatsApp group, or else you would be having it in the website. And is there any other question?